What's up, everybody? I'm damieongentry, and you're watching the official Bad Boys Texas after show only on Damien After Dark. I missed you guys. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so glad that you're here with me joining. So, before we get started, if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Get subscribed, turn on your post notifications. That way, you never miss a beat when we do these after shows, when we talk hot topics, gossip, everything in between, all right? Also, make sure you join the conversation throughout this video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything that you want to say, put it in the comment section. I'll read it and I will try my best to respond to it as well, all right? Last but not least, if you want to support the channel, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. When you click the thumbs up button, you are liking the channel, you are supporting the channel, and that means the world to me. It is free to do, and I love each and every one of you who support me in numerous ways, okay? Now, if you want to support in other ways, you can also donate to the channel by leaving a super chat or a super thanks, as YouTube calls it. That's your way of donating to this channel. Now, keep in mind when you do that, YouTube will take a percentage of what you guys send the channel. So just something to keep in mind. Regardless, if you want to send it through YouTube, I am super thankful. Now, you can also use other payment methods. I have Cash App, I have PayPal, and I have Venmo, and I will put those in the comments below, okay, for anybody that wants to donate. I just want to say before we begin, so this is for my supporters, my people who've been with me for the longest. If you want to get into the Bad Boys Texas after show, just fast forward a little bit. I do want to say a huge thank you to those who support me. If I don't say thank you enough, this is me saying it again. I know this video is late. I was not home Sunday. I went out of town on Friday. My family and I went to the beach. If you can't tell by this bronze glow that I got going on over here, got a little let me say, I look like Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob originally. And on your TV, I might still look very red, but it's going to fade out into a nice bronze, right? But yeah, I was out of town. I was in Florida during that time. So yeah, this week's after show was late, and I apologize to you guys. But let me also say this, and we're going to get into the episode, I promise. While I was on vacation, one of the hotels we stayed at, let's just say what it showed on the phone didn't match when we got there. I'm talking about hood as fuck. This building, the people outside were sketchy. The building was run the fuck down. It looked like some third world country shit. And when I walked to the front desk to talk to the guy, and I had booked 2 double beds, and he was like, I've only got 1 double bed available. So in my mind, I'm thinking, thank God. But I told him, I'm like, okay, well, I've already put my credit card number in. I don't want to be charged for this room, because obviously I'm not staying here tonight if you guys don't have a double bed. And if you guys are going to obviously false advertise because this hotel looks like shit. So anyway, the guy tells me, don't worry about it. Your card's not going to be charged because you pay when you get here. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not going to pay him. I'll just leave. I wake up the next morning after we found a new hotel and we checked into this new hotel. I wake up the next morning and we're getting ready to go to the beach, and I just like, let me just check my bank account real quick. Child, I checked my bank account. This hotel has literally like damn near wiped out my account. My mouth dropped. I was stunned. Like, not only were they sketchy as fuck, not only were they false advertising, now the motherfucker at the front desk is lying to me, and they've pretty much stolen from me. Stayed on the phone with people, trying to get an answer. All I kept getting was, we're going to investigate it. So yeah, at the end of the day, I still haven't got my money back, but it's pending in my bank account. But I'm on vacation, right? I'm on vacation. I've lost my fucking money. And I just wanted to say, like, thank you to some of my YouTube supporters, because you guys had no idea what was going on, right? However, people were watching my videos, past videos, and they were sending me cash apps and things like that. So it helped me out in that moment, and you guys don't even realize that. And I've shouted some of those people out before in videos. Sometimes, like, I don't know if I should do that or not, because I know some people don't really like it. They don't really care for it. They don't want their name to be shouted out like that. But this is just for everybody overall. Thank you. Just thank you. Because when you think that maybe, you know, that you're just a subscriber or you're just someone watching a video that's supporting, you're doing so much more than that. And I hope my message is coming across clear and I'm not all over the place. But yeah, just honestly, thank you guys so freaking much. I have never had so much love and support from people that I've never met before. And it's unbelievable. So you guys kind of saved me and helped me out there last minute on my vacation. And yeah, so now we're back home. And let's get into season 2, episode 11 of Bad Boys Texas. Now that all that sentimental shit is out of the way. So, this season of Bad Boys Texas is almost over. Jocelyn's Cabaret season 4, New York City, is airing this month. Blueface and Krishan season 2 is airing this month. Fatty's East is airing at the end of the summer, I believe. So we got a lot going on for the rest of this summer. Me and you, baby. Me and you. And I'm excited to have y'all here. Now, if you remember last week, the Jonathan and the Raz B of it all, right? Jonathan knocked Raz B out after Raz B had a knife. Jonathan slapped Raz B in the club. It was just a lot going on last week. But they're missing. Ever since last week, Jonathan and Raz B has been missing. And Jonathan's birthday is apparently the next day. As we're watching the show, his birthday is the next day. So, everybody's like, well, is Jonathan going to return? Is Raz B going to return back to the house? Where is Jonathan and Raz B? Orlando is saying, he's telling the guys, Prince and a few of the other boys, I think it should be up to you guys if Raz B returns back to the house. And I don't know why, but to be honest, I'm sick of Jonathan and Raz B both. They could both not return, and I'd be okay with it. Bring us some new replacements in. Bring us some people in we don't know. Shake this shit up, right? Then we end up seeing Darrell. Relly comes back to the house, unfortunately. Y'all remember Rel left like 2 or 3 episodes ago because he had to go back home to a funeral. I believe that's what happened. And I hope I'm not being negative when it comes to this cast, but I just really don't like this cast. And I thought it was going to be hard to top last season's cast as being the worst. But it just seems like, I don't know. I just really did not care. No, actually, you know what? I did prefer last season's cast better. Because we had more no-names on the show, in my opinion. I don't know. Relly is just an annoying queen to me. He's just annoyed me all season. Now, they're all talking about whether Raz B should come back or not. Now, if we're speaking from a production standpoint, if we're speaking from I Own Zeus Network, Raz B has got to go. We've talked about liabilities on here before. Y'all already know how I feel. Raz B is a liability to this production, okay? I've done this shit. I've worked in TV. He is a liability to this cast and this production and this crew. Even Ross said at one point, you know, this man, we don't know if he's going to show back up tomorrow with a gun. Or is he going to show back up with 10 knives ready to cut somebody open like a fish? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would not feel comfortable had someone just pulled out a knife at a fight. Had somebody just pulled out a knife at a fist fight. I'm not comfortable sleeping with you. Like, what are you capable of? What are you capable of? Honestly. I'm not saying I think it's wrong to carry a knife. Look, if you want to carry protection on you, keep a knife on you, do it. I guess that's fine. Just keep it away and only bring it out if you absolutely have to use it. Your life is in danger type shit. Raz B running up into that studio, his life was not in danger. Raz B ran up in that studio a couple weeks ago on some big bad wolf shit, thinking he fixing to show out on camera and you know, be that girl. And it backfired on him and he got knocked the fuck out. I don't know. He just doesn't seem all the way there. Watching Raz B, it's either alcohol, mental health, or both. And I'm not a mental health counselor. I'm not. But it doesn't take a motherfucking rocket scientist or Stevie Wonder to see when somebody is not operating at the mental capacity that they should be operating at. Are you buying what I'm selling here? I don't know. Like, like we know about the stuff that happened with Raz B in the past with his manager and things with B2K. Even though Raz came out recently and said that stuff wasn't true, what has Raz B dealt with in his life to where he seems mentally unstable? Or maybe he's because sober he seems cool. Maybe he just shouldn't drink. Is he taking anxiety and depression medication? If he's taking that type of medication and he's drinking with it, this could explain his behavior that is like this. I don't know. What do y'all think? Are any of y'all out there taking anxiety or depression meds? No shade, no judgment. I used to take, what was it called? Celexa. Bitch. I threw that shit away after the first week because it had me going crazy, okay? I literally chased an ex-boyfriend out of the house. He got into his car, was driving away from me, trying to get away from me. And I'm running after this man. Smack the concrete, I do, cut myself up. And I'm like, I'm not in my right mind right now. And I wasn't even drinking. So if Raz B is on some sort of anxiety and depression medication and he's on this show where they're partying and drinking every night, it could explain some of his behavior, right? I don't know. What do y'all think? He does need to go home. I mean, let's face it. He needs to go home. Raz needs to go. This is not the show for him. This is not the environment for him. But at the same time, if you're asking me, Jonathan needs to go too. I know Jonathan has a lot of fans out there. I just feel like, I don't know. This is my question to y'all. Do y'all feel like Jonathan was justified in slapping Raz B at the club? Remember, the studio and the club were two separate instances. At the studio, Raz B ran up the stairs talking shit, and apparently he had a knife. That's when Jonathan knocked him the fuck out. Instance at the club, that was after the studio. Everybody left the studio. They were trying to calm Raz B down. They were trying to separate Jonathan from Raz B. Then they get to the studio, and out of nowhere, Jonathan slaps Raz B again. So do y'all think Jonathan was justified in slapping him at the club? Hold that thought. Wait, we're going to discuss that at the end of the after show as well, because we have to get into why Jonathan said he slapped him. Then y'all can tell me whether you thought it was justified, right? Now, Prince is talking about Raz B and the way he's been acting. Did y'all see the way Raz looked at Prince on the bus? Because Prince said, I don't know what Raz B's problem is. He got on the bus, he sat down next to me, and he literally looked me up and down. And they played the clip. And you see Raz B sit down right next to Prince and literally go, like, look him up and down. It would have freaked me out too. Like, bitch, what? Like, the fuck you looking at? You know what I'm saying? Now, Chef D, Jonathan's boyfriend, Chef D decides that they should throw a birthday party for Jonathan since it's his birthday. Jonathan is not at the house right now. They've got him separated, I guess, because of all the Raz B stuff. So we still haven't seen Jonathan or Raz. But in the meantime, Chef D is planning this big birthday party at Jonathan's shop, because apparently Jonathan has like a hair salon or something in Dallas. So they are going to plan this surprise party for him. Now, Relly, can we talk about Relly for a minute? Even though I'm over Relly and I want him to go, and I wish he would have stayed. I wish Relly would have stayed where he came from. However, he had a very funny moment this episode, and I gotta give it to him, because he made me laugh when he said, "Prince, hold my purse," and Prince said, "Suck my dick." And Relly said, "Ooh, don't you tell me that unless you want to threaten me with a good time." Now I'm like, now Prince, sis, they already think you get down with the boys and the girls. So why are you telling Relly to suck your dick for? Listen, I know that Prince probably didn't mean it that way, because you know how dudes be. They be talking shit. Be like, man, suck my dick. That type of thing. But do you know who you talking to, Prince? You talking to Relly, who you just accused a few episodes ago of jab stabbing you, of trying to see how far you would take it, and you telling this man to suck your dick. Okay? I mean, I know he maybe didn't mean it like that, but don't tell me that and be mad when you fall in love. Okay? Don't tell me that and be mad when I fall in your lap like, oh. Now the boys are packing their stuff. They're leaving Fort Worth, Texas. Remember, they started in Dallas, then they went to Houston, then they went to Austin, then they went to Fort Worth. Now they are heading back to Dallas for Jonathan's birthday party. At this point, this is the last stop of the tour. So we're in the last little bit of the season. What, we're on episode 11? I bet next week's episode will probably be the finale. 12 or 13 episodes. We're on 11 now. I say next week will be the finale, but it might be 13 episodes. Who knows? Maybe there'll be 14. We'll see. We know that Zeus loves to drag an episode or a season out and just give us episode after episode after episode of filler and bullshit. So who knows? Maybe we'll get 14 episodes. Now, the guys, it was weird to me because a lot of the guys were acting like they hadn't been to Dallas already. Did y'all peep that? They were talking about, yeah, we're going to Dallas. It's time to turn up. I can't wait to see that house in Dallas. And I'm just like, didn't y'all start off in Dallas? But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, maybe they didn't do a club promotion in Dallas, and maybe they didn't stay in a house in Dallas. I think they just did the photo shoot in Dallas, which is where we saw the whole Relly situation, or the whole Jonathan bouncing Anthony's head off the bus. Y'all remember that? I think that was in Dallas on episode 1 or 2. And then they left from there and went to Houston or Austin or wherever they went. So let's talk about Ara versus Prince in the bus, right? Did y'all catch that? Whose side were you on when it came to Ara versus Prince? Because the boys were all talking about who had been to jail before. Most of them had said they had been to jail before they had done time in jail. I think Chef D said he was the only one that didn't, maybe. And Ara says he spent the weekend in jail before, but that didn't count, because he says if you're arrested and booked and you're only there for a few hours or a day or so and they let you out, that's not considered going to jail. That's not considered being locked up. And then Prince and some of the other guys are saying, no, it is. If you go to jail for an hour or whatever, that's jail. And I have to agree with Prince on this one, because here's the thing, and I love me some Ara. It doesn't matter if you didn't spend time in a jail cell. If you are cuffs are put on you and you are transported to a jail or a detention center and your mugshot is taken and your fingerprints are printed, you've been to jail. You've been locked up before. But then I think I know what Ara was trying to say. I think he was trying to say that the term locked up implies that you've done time. You've done a week, 2 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you say, oh, girl, my man's locked up, you automatically assume, okay, their man is in jail. So I think that's what Ara was trying to say, but his message got lost. I don't know. What did y'all think? Whose side were y'all on in that situation? Ara or Prince? Because my thing is, here's the thing. At the end of the motherfucking day, if your freedom is tooketh from you, bitch, you in jail. Okay? You in jail. Period, point blank. The moment you can't eat what you want to eat, the moment you can't shit or piss in private, the moment you can't pleasure yourself under the covers without somebody watching, bitch, you in jail. Okay? The fuck? I never did hard time. Y'all ever been to jail before? Let's talk about it. Y'all want to talk about it? Listen, I ain't never been. Okay, I'll take it back. See, now I sound like Ara. I've been to jail before, twice. But the longest I've ever spent in a jail cell was 4 hours. First time I went to jail, they put me in a holding cell. I was there for 30 minutes and gave my mom my credit card. She came and she bailed me out. Second time, I spent 4 hours in a holding cell. So I've technically never been locked up, did time, but I've been to jail, and there ain't no denying that. There is no getting around that, right? Now here's where Prince lost me, though. Prince lost me when him and Ara are simply talking, having this conversation, expressing their points of view. And Prince gets too deep in his feelings at one moment, and he says, "It is jail, bitch." Just like that. Like, imagine me and you are sitting here having a conversation about whether or not getting arrested means you're locked up or in jail, and I say to you, "It is jail, bitch." Are you not gonna feel some type of way? And that's why I fucks with Ara, because Ara ain't gonna let you talk to him like no punk. He said, "No, it's not, bitch." Right back. And I'm like, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. You know, that's why I like Ara. I think throughout Ara's life, he's probably been underestimated and looked at like he was just some shy, timid, little short guy. So, you gotta let these bitches know you ain't fucking with me. Right? Like, you, bitch who? A bitch what? The fuck? Now Prince, my thing with Prince was you ain't got rowdy with one person all season, Prince. No, I mean, literally, Prince has been pretty laid back, chill. Him and Carry On really have stayed out of him, Carry On, and JB. Well, I can't say JB because JB been trying to sneak do the pussy shit. Carry On and Prince have kind of just stayed out of the drama, chilled, smoked, took advantage of what they were doing, had a good time, whatever. So I was just surprised to see him be so aggressive, bitch, like that with Ara. Like, why y'all always got the smoke for the short one? Get buck with Jonathan. That's what I want to see. Ain't now one of these bitches got buck with Jonathan yet. Am I missing something? Ain't now one of these bitches got buck with Jonathan yet. Why are we getting loud with Ara? That's all I want to know. Okay, so they get to Dallas and they get to this house. Very beautiful home, very gorgeous home. And while they're looking for the rooms, some of these rooms have 2 beds in it. Y'all know how it goes. Sometimes you got to share a room with somebody. And Relly has the nerve to say, because I guess it's Relly, Adonis, and Carry On left looking for a room. And Relly says that Adonis can share a room with Carry On because you put him, what did he say? You got to put Adonis with the least favorite OG. You don't put him with the favorite OG. And I'm just like, not the favorite. Like, what? Really has really let this motherfucking fame go to his head, okay? He really let the fact that on season 1, a lot of the fans loved him. And they were like, oh my God, that's the where the money resides guy. Where the money resides, where the money. That's that guy. That's that guy. And I really feel like ever since season 1, when he's gotten the club appearances and he's making the money and he's doing big things, and I'm proud of him. Like, I'm proud of anybody who comes on a reality show and changes their life and turns it into a business. And they're making money from club appearances and they're making money from brand endorsements. They're posting Instagram posts and making $1,000, $5,000 from it. I am proud of him. And I truly mean that. There's not a hating ass bone in my body. I don't hate on bitches because what's for you is for you and what's for me is for me. And that's all there is to it. However, really talking about if we have to share a bedroom, Adonis can share a bedroom with the least favorite OG. Like, why do you think you the favorite OG, really? Because I don't know about y'all, but compared to last season, is Relly your favorite OG? Because he wasn't mine. Did I like him last season? Yes. To me, on this season, he's very annoying and extra and giving pick me vibes. My favorite OGs from last season were Carry On and Gutta K. I would much rather seen Gutta come back than Relly. Now, Jonathan shows up and he walks in the house. Now, a lot of the other boys that walked into this Dallas home really talked about how much they like this house. However, one of the things that I've noticed throughout this tour, and we've talked about this, Jonathan did it on this episode. When they walk in these houses and they be like I don't know, I'm just sick of them walking into these huge, gorgeous homes and doing the whole, oh, well, it's nice, but, you know, it could use some more furniture. Oh, well, this is nice, but I'm used to living in bigger and better than this. Oh, ooh, girl, what is this? Ooh, a white refrigerator, child. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Stop. Why y'all do that? Being extra for the motherfucking camera. Like, stop. Can we see where y'all living in real life? What your house look like? Since these big nice homes Zeus putting y'all in ain't bougie enough for you, what your apartment look like? What your studio look like? Hmm. I'm on one tonight, y'all. I've been on vacation. I left all my worries and my stress in the ocean. I'm on one tonight, okay? Now, where we at? Orlando tells Jonathan that Raz B is about to show up to the house. He pulls him aside, says, yo, I know you and Raz has these issues. You know, and Jonathan says the only way I will talk to Raz B is if he apologizes to me. You know, and I get Jonathan being disrespected. I honestly do. Now, like I said earlier, I didn't agree with him slapping Raz in the club after he'd already knocked his lights out. But I understand all the guys being frustrated with Raz. Listen, he pulled a knife out. We're on a TV show. It's not that fucking deep, dude. It's really not. Now, this is where Jonathan says that the reason he slapped Raz B in the club was because he found out that when Raz came into the studio talking all that shit, Raz B had someone recording him. Raz B told someone, yo, film this, watch this. I'm just gonna go in here and knock these motherfuckers. Something along those lines. Raz, what pissed Jonathan off was the fact that Raz had someone filming it all. Because apparently the guys were not filming. They didn't have cameras up. Zeus was not filming at this moment when Raz walked up the stairs. Now, granted, had Raz not told somebody to film him, we wouldn't have really got that footage when he walked in talking shit and Jonathan knocking him the fuck out. We wouldn't have gotten that footage. But that pissed Jonathan off because Jonathan thought, okay, this guy was trying to come in, thought he was gonna look like a victim, you know, try to bulldoze us, try to make us like the bad guys, and have it on video and put it on social media. He thought that this was Raz's way of trying to embarrass all of them. So it makes you look at the situation a little sideways now, because originally we talked about it being wrong that Jonathan slapped Raz B in the club after he had already punched him at the studio. But now, does this situation make y'all look at it differently? Do you think that Jonathan was in the right for slapping Raz B at the club? Or do y'all feel like when he punched him at the studio, he should have left it alone then, right? We saw the footage of Raz walking in talking about who wants the smoke, who wants all the smoke, you know, who wants this and that. He thought he was about to go in and show out when he really got lights out on that ass. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think about what Jonathan had to say as to why he slapped Raz B. Do y'all think that excuse is warranted, or do you feel like he should have just left it alone? I personally feel like, listen, I get you're upset that he had someone film it. I get that. But you just knocked this man clean out at the studio. I think at this point, Raz knows not to fuck with you anymore. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about that. Raz B eventually does show back up to the house. Now, when he shows up to the house, he's looking like Street Fighter. Got a mask on his face. All you can see is his eyes. Like, you really coming in here looking like you ready to fight. That part confused me. I'm like, why are you coming in? Like, I think a lot of Raz B's issue is ego. Being in that boy band for the longest. And probably having girls throw themselves at you back in the early 2000s, late 90s. But you're not that dude anymore, Raz. Just, if you would just kill the ego, you would be a cool dude. Like, honestly, just come in, be humble, and apologize and own it. And that's what Raz came in and did. Because I thought he was going to come in on some street fighting shit with his little mask on. But he really came in and, you know, he was humble. It seems like when he's sober, he's like a puppy with their tail between their legs. Like, I'm sorry, I know I fucked up. But when he gets drunk and gets on that crazy, stupid shit, we can't stand him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so extra and annoying. You know, he does tell Jonathan, my bad. I did this and this, and I shouldn't have done this and this. And, you know, it's great that he apologized. Honestly, it's great. And I'm glad that he did. But I feel like his thought process was, I can't beat Jonathan. This big dude is going to fucking demolish me. If you can't beat him, you what? You join them. And I think that's what he's trying to do here. And apparently he had the mask on the whole time because he had a little scratch on his face. Like, I literally, y'all, when he pulled his mask down, I thought there was going to be a black eye. I thought there was going to be a busted lip. I thought, you know, there was going to be a lot of bruising. There was literally, it looked like a little red dot right here. I'm like, girl, Raz, come on now. Now, Jonathan asked Raz B why he came to the studio acting the way he did, and why did he pull out a knife? And Raz says that he was drunk and it was a defense mechanism. Yeah, it's not an excuse. Being drunk is not an excuse. But the knife part really is not. It was a defense mechanism, really. You're on a show. You got all this security. If you know, being on Bad Boys, y'all fighting, like, just go home if you don't. Because here's the thing. If I went on that show and every day I was waking up, motherfuckers was trying to bop me in the side of the head, I would do like Anthony. I'm out of here. Especially if I had my own money and I had a business and I had shit going on. I'm not coming on this show to fight unless the bag is that big. Now, if they paying really, really good, bitch, let's go. But I could see how this show could take an emotional toll on somebody, you know? I could really see how it could really make you think, do I want to be here? Like, it could be emotionally, mentally, and spiritually draining to do this show. But obviously Raz B has not watched the show. I think he just thought he was going to come on, look cute, get some money, and that's it. Now, Raz ends up talking to Jonathan. Jonathan forgives him, says it's all good. But Jonathan invites him to his birthday party, and he says, I need you to get on good terms with the rest of the guys in the house, because the rest of the guys in the house are still pissed at you that you pulled this knife out. So Raz is down for it. He says, you know what? I want to talk to everybody. I want to move past this, and I want to get it over with. So he goes to the living room. There all the guys are. They're all standing around, and Raz is going to try and earn their forgiveness, but we won't find out until next week's episode if they forgive him or not. If Raz B will continue to be a part of the Bad Boys tour. And that's the end of the episode. And I would love to hear from each and every one of you what you thought of this episode. It wasn't the most exciting. I've told y'all before, they're starting to run out of ideas. They're starting to run out of content. So y'all know at the end of these seasons, things start to get stale. I'm over it. I'm ready for the season to end. Bring on Jocelyn's Cabaret Season 4. New York. I'm about to do a video about that, so if you're interested, stay tuned. Turn on your post notifications, because I will be talking about Season 4 of Jocelyn's Cabaret, as well as Blueface and Krishan Season 2. Both of those shows are airing in July. I hope you're all ready for it. So make sure you let me know what you thought of Season 2, Episode 11 of Bad Boys Texas. Do you think that Raz B will earn forgiveness from the rest of the house? Also, do you think Raz B had a valid excuse for pulling out that knife at the studio? I want to hear from you, so make sure you join the conversation by leaving your thoughts, comments, opinions, and reads, and everything in between in the comment section below. Also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so you're locked into all things Damien After Dark. I've got some great things coming down the pipeline for the rest of 2023, and I would love to have you a part of it. Last but not least, if you want to support the channel, you can support the channel by donating through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. I'll have my information in the description. Cash App is usually the easiest for me to use. You can also donate through Super Chats, as I said earlier in this video, or YouTube calls it a Super Thanks. Just be mindful that YouTube does take 50% of what you guys send us creators. So I just wanted to put that out there. But you do not have to pay anything to support this channel. You can support this channel for free by simply liking the video. Click the thumbs up button, get subscribed, turn on your post notifications, and that is your way of supporting. I am at about 40 minutes here. I typically like my videos to be about 30 minutes, so we're over, but it was well deserved because I haven't seen you guys in a minute and we had to catch up. I love each and every one of you so much. We'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Mwah. See ya.